He started overthinking every step, every breath. Practices became a battleground, not against his opponents, but against the critical voice in his own head. Your start was too slow. You're losing your form. You'll never be as good as them. The joy he once found in the simple act of running was replaced by a gnawing fear of failure. He'd stand at the starting line, his heart pounding not with excitement, but with dread. The track, once his sanctuary, now felt like a stage 4, potential humiliation. His performance suffered. He was still fast, but the spark was gone. He was running with his body, but not with his heart. His coach, a wise old runner named Mr. Ben, saw the change. He'd seen this kind of struggle countless times before. He knew that the biggest hurdle for any athlete wasn't on the track, but in the 6 inches between their ears. One afternoon, after a particularly frustrating practice where Daniel stormed off the track, Mr. Ben didn't scold him. Instead, he simply sat beside him on the bleachers. For a long time, they sat in silence, listening to the city sounds around them. Then, Mr. Ben finally spoke, his voice calm and steady. "Daniel," he said, "I'm not going to tell you to just be more confident. That's like telling someone to just be taller. It doesn't work that way. Confidence isn't something you just have. It's something you build, one brick at a time." He went on to explain that confidence doesn't come from never failing. It comes from knowing you can handle failure. It's not about winning every race, but about the courage to show up at the starting line, again and again, especially after you've lost. Mr. Ben introduced a new kind of training. Yes, they still did the sprints and the endurance runs, but now they added mental exercises. He had Daniel visualize his races, not just the perfect ones, but the tough ones. He taught him to focus on the feeling of his feet hitting the ground, the rhythm of his breathing, the wind on his skin, to be present in the moment, instead of lost in his worries about the outcome. He encouraged Daniel to keep a journal, to write down not just his times, but his feelings. What was he proud of today? What did he learn from a difficult moment? Slowly, brick by brick, Daniel began to rebuild. It wasn't a magical, overnight transformation. There were still days filled with doubt, practices that ended in frustration. But now he had the tools to deal with it. He learned to acknowledge the negative thoughts without letting them take control. He started to see his competitors not as threats, but as fellow athletes who pushed him to be better. He began